This is 7 National News, and in our top story, the UAE Cabinet has approved a nationwide program to evaluate public hospitals and clinics with the aim of boosting healthcare services in the country while also building a unified database to develop policies and strategies. While announcing decision during a cabinet meeting at the Presidential Palace in Abu Dhabi, the Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, stated that under the leadership of my brother President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, we aim to cope with and improve quality of public services, especially in education and health, continuously, creating the proper environment for our people and all residents in our major priority. As per of the decision, the evaluation criteria to rate the quality of healthcare services in the UAE will include measuring waiting time, patient satisfaction, and duration of admittance. The Cabinet also reviewed a proposal to fund a specialized ongoing training program for public school teachers to improve the educational environment in schools. The meeting was attended by Lieutenant General His Highness Sheikh Saif bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Interior, and His Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Presidential Affairs. The UAE has reiterated its full support for Saudi Arabia in relation to Iranian interference in the kingdom's internal affairs, according to a story released by Emirates news agency WAM. This statement was made by the UAE's Foreign Minister, His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed, during a joint press conference with his Saudi counterpart, Adil Al-Jubair, and the Secretary General of the Arab League, Dr. Nabil Al-Arabi, held at the end of the extraordinary meeting of the Arab Foreign Ministers, chaired by His Highness Sheikh Abdullah. The Foreign Minister was quoted as saying that Arabs do not want a conflict, confrontation, or even a war with Iran, but rather seek to drive development for our countries, our peoples, and our region. His Highness Sheikh Abdullah said all Arab countries agreed to the meeting's resolutions and final statement except Lebanon, which abstained from voting for the resolution. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and the Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, has attended a ceremony at the Zayed Military City in Abu Dhabi, celebrating the 26th anniversary of the Ground Forces unification. On the occasion, the Crown Prince stated that the UAE leadership was proud of the readiness, professionalism, and efficiency of the armed forces and will continue modernization plans for all of its units, which will enable them to perform their national duty on defending the country. Addressing the forces, Major General Saleh Mohammed Saleh Al-Amiri, commander of the land forces, delivered a speech in which he detailed the history of the unit, which was officially established in 1989, and paid tribute to the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, who unified the armed forces in 1976. During the ceremony, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi inspected the latest equipment and weaponry and was briefed about their uses in different field operations. Hatta Hospital, which is part of the Dubai Health Authority healthcare facilities, announced that it will expand several of its existing facilities and will add new specialized health services during this year. The hospital is a 123-bed multi-specialty hospital located in Hatta city center and occupies an area of 10,430 square meters near the new Shabiya in Hatta. The hospital serves patients from Hatta and nearby towns such as Huwailat, Mania, Masfout, Mazre'a, Madam, Shuaib, and some parts of Sultanate of Oman. According to a press release issued by the DHA, the number of patients the hospital receives is increasing year on year. 2015, there were 107,476 visits to the hospital's emergency department, and the number of inpatient admissions were 2,927. In 2015, the hospital conducted 800 operations, which is an increase of 11% compared to the previous year. According to the hospital officials, the hospital would expand its intensive care unit and neonatal intensive care unit. It will also introduce mammogram screening as part of the regular breast screening examinations. Officials also confirmed that they will introduce new specialized outpatient clinics that will take place on a monthly basis and then will increase the frequency based on demand. Citizens of 33 nationalities are allowed to exchange their permanent driver's license from their home country for a Dubai driving license, according to the Roads and Transport Authority in Dubai. The list includes nationals of 5 GCC countries such as Oman and Saudi Arabia, while countries from Europe making it to the list include United Kingdom and Spain. RTA officials were quoted in local media reports as saying that nationals belonging to countries which are listed exclusive, such as Canada and Japan, will be required to offer an English or Arabic translation of their licenses issued by their respective countries. It was mentioned that nationals of those countries which are excluded from the list will have to open a file, pass the knowledge examination and road test, and in case of failure, the driver is subjected to 8 additional lessons before taking a retest. Furthermore, the RTA has endorsed 7 new languages in the theory knowledge driving test, including Hindi, Persian, and Russian, among others. In August last year, the RTA launched Rukhsati, My License initiative, with the aim of enhancing the efficiency of testing services of drivers, starting from booking the test appointment up to obtaining the driver license. And the Dubai Roads and Transport Authority has set out regulations to prevent light and heavy vehicles from parking on road shoulders in a bid to ensure safe and smooth mobility in the Emirate. According to a local report, last year, the RTA issued 277 tickets to offenders, locked wheels of 141 vehicles, and impounded 190 others. RTA officials were quoted in the report as saying that this phenomenon is increasing in industrial areas. Many companies illegally utilize lands and open areas to park their vehicles when they are committed to provide designated parking spaces for those vehicles. Current regulations state that it is prohibited to park vehicles within the right-of-way in a manner that constitutes a risk of traffic safety. The authority has warned that it is entitled to take the appropriate measures of removing offending vehicles and claiming removal expenses from the offenders. The report also added that the RTA has so far constructed 6 resting stops for trucks, and more are being constructed along the Emirate Road, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, the Dubai Hatta Road, and Ras Al Khair Road, with the purpose of avoiding unauthorized parking on road shoulders, which might cause serious traffic accidents. And finally, in the bulletin, the first Emirati-operated heritage tour program has been launched in Dubai as part of the efforts to promote tourism in historical corridors of the Emirate. Officials from the Department of Tourism and Commerce Marketing stated that 6 Emirati tour guides have been trained so far under a specially created tour guide certification program, and there are plans to introduce more as it develops, such as introducing it in the languages of Mandarin and German. A committee handling Dubai's historical district rejuvenation will be overseeing 100 projects over the next 4 years as the Emirate gears up to receive 20 million visitors per year by 2020. Part of the projects that will focus on Emirati culture includes the promenade at Al Sif Road and the Museum of Al-Shandaga. Covering 1.5 square kilometers, the heritage tour will be based on the tradition, heritage, trade, and origin of Dubai's early settlers, which will be narrated by registered Emirati tour guides as they direct visitors through Heritage Village, Sheikh Saeed House, and the Spice Souk and other landmarks. The heritage tour is offered every Monday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the cost of 350 dirhams per person.